Owning a home has always been marketed as the cornerstone of the American dream, the key to entering the middle class. A yard, a garage, and a little piece of the world you can truly call your own. But according to fresh 2025 housing market data, that dream is slipping out of reach for many Americans. Homeownership has turned into a luxury item, an exclusive club guarded by crushing debt and record-high costs. It's not just pricey, it feels like a rigged game. For many, buying a house has become a financially engineered trap, draining wallets and spirits alike. In some states, a basic starter home now costs well over 7 figures, and homeowners' insurance premiums look more like ransom demands. This isn't a housing market anymore, it's a heist. So buckle up as we explore the 10 states where owning a home has become nearly impossible for the average buyer. Of course, multimillionaires face a different challenge. While they too worry about finding the right property, their budgets allow for indulgent purchases that most can only dream about. Cabo Villa, Vegas. Dave, a luxury villa rental company, recently analyzed U.S. homes worth $3 million or more, comparing availability by state, to reveal where the ultra-wealthy have the highest concentration of luxury real estate options. Number 10. Utah. Welcome to the Salt Lake Valley, where the skyline is filled with cranes, new housing developments stretch for miles, and the economy feels unstoppable. Utah has been one of the fastest-growing states in the U.S., fueled by in-migration and a thriving job market. But behind the boom lies a hidden crisis. Look west, and you'll see the Great Salt Lake, or what's left of it. Once a shoreline, it's now a stark white bathtub ring, a warning sign that growth has consequences. According to the Salt Lake Board of Realtors, the median home price in Salt Lake County hovered around $580,000 in Q2 2025. Yet local wages haven't kept up, leaving many priced out of the market. What makes Utah unique is the looming environmental risk. As the Great Salt Lake continues to shrink, it exposes miles of toxic lakebed contaminated with decades of industrial runoff, including arsenic. Scientists warn that when winds pick up, toxic dust storms could sweep across the valley, creating a public health nightmare. This means buyers may pay over $500,000 for a house, only to face polluted air, water restrictions, and long-term health risks. In Utah's housing market, the true luxury isn't a big backyard or a mountain view. It's clean air and a safe future for your family. Utah's growth may bring opportunity, but it also forces homebuyers to ask, is this boomtown paradise worth the hidden costs? Number 9. Idaho. Drive into Boise and it feels like a postcard. The Rocky Mountains create a breathtaking backdrop. The streets are clean, and the vibe screams rugged Americana. During the pandemic, thousands moved to Idaho searching for affordable homes and a better quality of life. For a moment, the dream made sense, until you see the housing market data. According to mid-2025 numbers from Boise Regional Realtors, the median home price in Ada County is $549,900. To buy a house at that price, a household needs to earn roughly $141,000 per year. But the median household income in Boise is just $88,900, leaving a massive affordability gap. This mismatch is forcing locals out of the market and turning Boise into a playground for out-of-state buyers and remote workers bringing equity from pricier states. Redfin's July 2025 housing market report shows homes are staying on the market longer, and price drops are becoming more frequent. While this isn't a housing market crash, it signals a cooling market and a painful adjustment period for buyers and sellers. Idaho's real estate boom, fueled by pandemic migration and remote work, built a paradise on shaky economic foundations. The question now, is this growth a blessing, bringing investment and development, or a curse, pricing out the very residents who made Idaho appealing in the first place? For now, Boise's housing market stands as one of the clearest examples of America's affordability crisis. Number 8. Colorado. Climb into the Rocky Mountains and you're greeted with crisp air, stunning views, and picturesque A-frame homes tucked among aspen and pine trees. It's the ultimate Colorado dream, and people are paying a fortune for it. According to the Colorado Association of Realtors, The median home price in Denver is still around $600,000 as of Q2 2025, while homes in Boulder or Jefferson County can easily exceed $750,000. But the mortgage isn't the biggest threat to Colorado homeowners. Insurance is. The state's beautiful forests and foothills come with a dangerous downside: wildfire risk. The Marshall Fire of 2021, which destroyed over 1,000 suburban homes in just hours, was a wake-up call. Now, as reported by the Colorado Sun, major insurers are pulling back, using wildfire risk maps to deny coverage, refuse renewals, or raise premiums by 50%, 100%, or even 200%. That dream home in the Pines is increasingly being labeled an uninsurable risk. For some homeowners, even if they can afford the house, finding an insurance policy at a reasonable cost is becoming nearly impossible. Colorado's housing market shows what happens when natural beauty collides with climate risk. The true luxury isn't the mountain view or the open deck. It's securing a policy that will protect your million-dollar investment when the next wildfire comes. So the question becomes, how much is that Colorado lifestyle really worth if it could all disappear in a single afternoon? Number 7. Arizona. Cross the state line into Arizona, and the desert heat feels like a physical wall. The red rock scenery and cactus-studded landscape are breathtaking. But as you enter Phoenix, you see a sprawling city built on 6-lane highways, golf courses, and lush green lawns, all sustained in the middle of the Sonoran Desert. Arizona was once the go-to destination for retirees and sun-seekers chasing affordable homes and warm weather. But the game changed when institutional investors flooded the market, buying up nearly 1 out of every 3 homes in Phoenix at the peak, according to Redfin data. This investor-driven buying spree sent prices soaring. As of mid-2025, the median home price in Maricopa County remains around $475,000 despite slight cooling, putting pressure on first-time homebuyers and local families. But the biggest challenge isn't just affordability, it's water. Arizona's heavy reliance on the shrinking Colorado River has created a present-day crisis. The Arizona Department of Water Resources has already stopped approving new housing developments in parts of Phoenix that rely solely on groundwater, admitting there isn't enough water for the homes already planned. Add in skyrocketing electricity bills to keep homes livable during months of triple-digit heat, and the true cost of homeownership becomes staggering. In Arizona's housing market, the real luxury isn't the granite countertops. It's access to a reliable water supply. Would you still sign a 30-year mortgage knowing the future of water in your neighborhood is uncertain? Number 6. Massachusetts. Head northeast into New England, and you'll find picture-perfect towns with colonial homes, quaint town squares, and an unmistakable air of history and prestige. Massachusetts doesn't just feel like a place to live, it feels like joining an exclusive club. And the cost of homeownership in this state proves it. According to a mid-2025 report from the Warren Group, the median home price in Massachusetts for a single-family house has reached $720,000. That's not just in Boston or Cambridge, that's the statewide midpoint. Buying a home here isn't just expensive, it's the entry fee to one of the most competitive housing markets in the country. But the purchase price is just the beginning. Property taxes in Massachusetts may not have the nation's highest rates, but with home values this high, the dollar amounts are staggering. The Tax Foundation reports that the average homeowner pays over $6,000 per year in property taxes, with desirable towns easily hitting $10,000 to $20,000 annually. At the root of the problem is a decades-long housing inventory crisis. Strict zoning laws and fierce local opposition to new development have limited construction, leaving buyers competing over a tiny pool of available homes. The result? A market where starter homes barely exist and affordability is out of reach for many working families. Massachusetts may be rich in history, but it increasingly feels like a place where only the already wealthy get to write the next chapter. Number 5. Texas. Everything is bigger in Texas, including the housing market hype. Endless highways, sprawling subdivisions, and booming cities create the illusion of affordability. The big selling point? No state income tax. It's the promise that lures millions of new residents and companies to the Lone Star State every year. According to the Texas Realtors mid-2025 report, the median home price in Texas sits around $340,000, seemingly a bargain compared to states like California or New York. But here's the catch: property taxes. The Tax Foundation ranks Texas among the highest in the nation for property tax rates. That affordable home could add $500 to $600 a month in property taxes alone, wiping out much of the no-income tax advantage. Then there's homeowners insurance, another hidden cost of living in Texas. Hurricanes on the Gulf Coast, hailstorms in the north, and flash floods across the state have turned Texas into one of the most expensive states for home insurance. According to the Insurance Information Institute, annual premiums frequently exceed $4,000, with some insurers pulling back from issuing new policies altogether. Add these non-negotiable costs to your monthly mortgage payment, and that $340,000 home suddenly looks a lot less affordable. Texas may be the land of opportunity, but the true price of homeownership is far higher than many newcomers expect. So, is saving on income taxes really worth trading for soaring property taxes and skyrocketing insurance rates? For many buyers, the Texas dream comes with a very real cost. Number 4, Florida. Cross the state line into Florida and the appeal is instant. Warm air, palm-lined streets, and the promise of a year-round vacation make the Sunshine State irresistible. New housing developments stretch for miles, and at first glance, it looks like the ultimate escape. According to mid-2025 data from Florida Realtors, the statewide median home price hovers around $410,000, cheaper than many northern markets. But that price tag is only the bait in one of America's most dangerous financial traps. In Florida, the mortgage is just the beginning. The true cost of homeownership comes in the form of skyrocketing home insurance premiums. Florida's insurance market is in crisis. After years of devastating hurricanes, rampant litigation, and soaring reinsurance costs, many major insurers have pulled out of the state. The Insurance Information Institute reports that remaining insurers are doubling or even tripling premiums year over year. That $5,000 annual premium you paid 2 years ago could now be $10,000 or more. Coastal homeowners often can't get coverage at any price, leaving many forced onto Citizens, the state-run insurer of last resort, which is itself financially vulnerable. This creates a frightening reality. Your home isn't just expensive, it's a liability. Every year you wait to see how much higher the ransom will climb, or if you can even keep coverage at all. So, is the dream of living in paradise worth it when one storm or one renewal letter could wipe out your financial future? Number 3. New York. When people think of New York real estate, the first image is usually a tiny Manhattan apartment with a 7-figure price tag. But the most dangerous financial trap isn't in the city. It's in the picture-perfect suburbs just north of it. Drive through Westchester or Rockland County, and you'll see tree-lined streets, stately colonial homes, and manicured lawns. It looks like the American dream, until you see the tax bill. According to the New York State Association of Realtors, the median home price in Westchester County was approaching $900,000 by mid-2025. That's steep enough, but the real shock comes from the property taxes. Data from ATTOM consistently ranks New York suburbs among the highest property tax rates in the entire country. On that $900,000 home, expect to pay $20,000 to $25,000 every year in property taxes. That's roughly $2,000 a month forever. Even if you paid off your mortgage completely, you'd still owe what feels like a second mortgage payment just to stay in your house. This relentless tax burden can make the dream of a comfortable retirement nearly impossible for many homeowners. The choice becomes clear. Keep paying thousands each month to stay put or sell and downsize. So the question for New Yorkers is this: is this sky-high cost simply the price of good schools and public services? Or does it feel like you're being taxed out of the life you've worked so hard to build? Number 2. Hawaii. Step off the plane in Hawaii and it feels like walking into a postcard. Warm breezes, the scent of flowers, turquoise water, and lush green mountains. It's the definition of paradise. But when you start checking the Hawaii real estate market, that paradise comes with a shocking price tag. According to mid-2025 data from the Honolulu Board of Realtors, the median single-family home price on Oahu sits around $835,000. And that's not for a beachfront mansion. That's for a standard 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. This isn't just expensive, it's financially out of reach for most local residents. But the cost of housing is just one part of the equation. Hawaii consistently ranks as the most expensive state to live in, according to the Missouri Economic Research and Information Center. Nearly everything, from building materials to groceries, must be shipped across the Pacific. A gallon of milk can run $8, a dozen eggs, $6, and gas prices regularly rank among the highest in the nation. The result is a growing two-tiered society. Wealthy mainland buyers and investors paying cash for homes, and local families being priced out of the market entirely. For many lifelong residents, homeownership has become a distant dream, even as they work multiple jobs just to keep up with basic living expenses. So the question remains, is living in paradise worth it if you can never truly own a piece of it, and must sacrifice financial freedom just to stay afloat? Number 1. California. The final stop on our road trip through America's most punishing housing markets is the state that turned the American dream into a luxury item, California. You drive through a typical suburban neighborhood, palm trees, sunshine, everything looks idyllic, until you see the price tag. A small, 1,200 square foot starter home listed at $1.2 million. And it's not an outlier. According to the California Association of Realtors, the statewide median home price in summer 2025 was $859,800. But California doesn't just win for sky-high prices. It combines every challenge we've seen in other states into one brutal package. The home insurance crisis is here too, with a fiery twist. Following catastrophic wildfires, major insurers like State Farm and Allstate have stopped writing new homeowner policies in much of the state. Thousands are being forced onto the FAIR plan, California's state-run insurer of last resort, praying that one bad fire season doesn't collapse the entire system. On top of that, Californians face some of the highest taxes in the nation, skyrocketing utility costs, and an ever-growing risk of natural disasters. Homeownership here isn't just expensive, it's a gamble. The California dream now feels like it's reserved for the ultra-wealthy, while average buyers are priced out or left financially stretched to the breaking point. So, is the dream dead, or just on life support? In California, the real challenge isn't buying the home. It's surviving everything that comes after.